Why, hello. Welcome to the screen of blank screen that I'm gonna put Pokemon in. This was my plan the whole time. I had an idea and I needed to do it. So, if any of you saw the short that I posted on my YouTube channel, um, you know that I love Overquill. So I figured just let me tell you all of my favorite Pokemon and you can judge me how you will. So we'll see how this goes. Um so I got this website, the favorite Pokemon picker website. It's got a lot of stuff on it. So we're gonna go through and fill this all out. Um and you can judge my favorite Pokemon. If you want to psychoanalyze me, go ahead. I appreciate if someone in chat will tell me what is wrong with me. So we're gonna get started here. Starting with Gen 1. Gen 1 is fun because there's not a whole lot to do. So, how we're gonna do this, we're gonna go through starting horizontally. We'll go through each one, and then you'll be able to judge me for my picks for each region. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so Gen 1, red and blue, fire red, leaf green. Normal types. I, for whatever reason, really like Porygon. I think he deserves justice, and he needs anime episodes. It wasn't his fault. He doesn't deserve his fate. Put my man's back in the anime. We need him. I don't know. He gives me good vibes. He's really difficult to get in the games for no reason because he's really not that good stat wise. But I mean, I enjoy him. Look at it. He's just a blocky duck, and ducks are cool. We love ducks. The ducks at the park are free. I have 30 ducks. Okay. Fire. There's really not a whole lot of options in terms of fire, but I like I like the doggo. The doggo is good. He's a good boy. He deserves all the pets. Arcanine is just really cool, and I enjoy his presence. And that's all there is to it. But he's a dog. He's a dog. We love dogs. Dogs are good. Okay, water. A lot more options here. Um, this kind of goes back to my. This is where I kind of dox myself on my personality. I really like silly little guys. And Slowpoke is a silly little guy. So I mean, it's kind of it's kind of needed. He's just a silly little guy. We're gonna give the silly little guy a chance. Um, I don't use him a lot because he's not available in early on in a lot of games, and by the time he is available, um, there's probably better water types, but it doesn't replace that Slowpoke has a special place in my heart, and I love him. Grass types, once again, there's not a whole lot of options, and I feel like you kind of have to choose. Um, Forget it. I'm just gonna say it. It's Venusaur. Venusaur is cool. He's a big frog guy with a flower. I don't know. He's got good vibes. I like his vibes. So we're gonna we're gonna we're gonna keep him in the list for grass type. Electric. I hate this stupid rat. Um. Yeah. No. It's not Pikachu. Yeah, I am not giving my favorite spot to a rat of infinite wealth. Whether the rat of infinite wealth is Pikachu or it's another famous rat, um, that's up to you to decide. But if you're gonna psychoanalyze me, my favorite electric type in Gen 1 is Jolteon. Because once again, basically just a dog. If there was any Pokemon that I could have in real life that wouldn't kill me instantly, And yes, I am aware of Jolteon's Pokedex entry and that it's painful, basically made of needles. It would be Jolteon because he's just an electric, basically dog thing. So I mean, what can you not love about Jolteon? Okay, moving on. Ice type. Don't have a lot of ice types in Gen 1. Um, this one's legit just a seal. Dugon's just a seal. So honestly, I've never used one on a team, but I am a Cloyster fan. I don't know, he's cool. He's got good vibes. Cloyster has good vibes, and I love him for that. Fighting. It's Polyrath. It's Polyrath. I used a Polyrath in a Nuzlocke of Fire Red and Leaf Green recently, and it came in handy in a lot of spaces. So there's really not many other great fighting types in Gen 1. I guess you got some good guys in there. Hang on. Welcome to the McDonald's drive-thru. Okay, we're back. It just randomly cuts out, and I'll probably never figure out how to fix that. Audio is hard. Audio is hard to figure out. Okay, back to what I was saying. Yeah, no, fighting types. A lot of the fighting types in Kanto are pretty basic, and so there's not much special about them. But Polyrath is a frog that punches you, so I think that's pretty cool. I think frogs are pretty cool. Okay, poison type. Oh my gosh, we have a lot more options. Um, Poison type is not a type I think about a lot for a lot of things, but honestly, I feel like I kind of have to go with the basic pick. It's Nidoking. It was always going to be Nidoking. There's no option about that. So yeah, no, that is the thing. Nidoking is cool. Ground type. Um, Based on a playthrough of Fire Red and Leaf Green that I did recently, um, it's kind of between Dugtrio and Golem. Dugtrio I just have good memories of because I gave it a really funny nickname, and it just sticks out to me. It was a Doug Digadome, and then it was one of the Pokemon that didn't die in that playthrough because Doug Digadome happily retired after killing Surge. So, but in terms of actual Pokemon, it's Golem. Golem's pretty neat, and I like him. So we're going with him. So, oh, that is a surprise for later. Don't mind that. That wasn't there. Okay. Um. Okay. Flying types. Um. It's Dodrio. Dodrio was another story. Same story. Used it in Nuzlocke. It kind of kicked butt. Made it all the way to Lance before I finally died. So Dodrio is definitely the pick here. I I think it I think it doesn't get enough love. I think Dodrio doesn't get enough love. I mean, his design is weird. He flies weird, but I think it's just a cool design and it's peak Gen 1 design. I think Dodrio has one of the best designs in Gen 1. Psychic. Once again, not a whole lot. But, if we're going off of what we have here, I could pick Alakazam and, just be that guy that's like, "Oh, strong Pokemon is best Pokemon." But no, no. We're sticking with the theme of silly little guys. It's Slowbro. You can't deny Slowbro. Look at his face. He's great. I love him, and everyone else should love him too. Bug type. Another thing that's not really not a whole lot of bug types in Gen 1, but in terms of bug types, I I'm pretty partial to Beedrill. Beedrill is pretty cool. I think he's neat. and it's he's him. Beedrill is just a big B, and I like that about him. Rock types. I already got Golem on ground. Golem is also pretty high on my rock types. Oh, let me scooch that over. Golem's pretty high on my rock types. But so for in terms of rock type though, honestly, Kabutops, Kabutops is pretty cool. I I do very much enjoy a good Kabutops, so we're going with that. Ghost type, which you'd think would be my favorite type, given what you're looking at. But no, no, it's not really. My favorite type is dragon. Um, but look at all these options that we've got to choose from for ghost type. Just one moment, actually. Don't mind me. You're seeing the entirety of me. I can totally just shrink and come back as I want. Um, okay, we're back. Yep. I mean, I really don't have a choice. It's Gengar. Gengar is literally the only option to choose. So we kinda have to choose him. I guess I could say Haunter, and 'cause he's relatively different, so I could say that. But nah, I think Gengar's pretty neat. So we're going with Gengar. Dragon. Wow. Look at look at all of these dragon type options. They really didn't have a plan with dragon types in Gen 1. He's just like it's like, "Hey, look, here's a dragon. It's the only one we need." Um, I will say I like Dragonair better than Dragonite, so there is that. Okay, moving on. Dark type didn't exist in Gen 1. Why is it here? Who made this website? I need to talk to you. Same with Steel type and Fairy type. Oh no. Okay, starter. Um, it's obviously not Charizard. It used to be Charizard, but that's when I was a stupid child. So it's Blastoise. It Blastoise is pretty cool, and I enjoy him. I enjoy his presence. There was no gimmick form in Gen 1. Legend, Zapdos. I know all the Mewtwo purists are gonna be like, "What do you mean it's Zapdos and not Mewtwo?" But Zapdos is just an electric bird. He's pretty neat, and that's all you really need from a legendary for me. Is just make them neat. To get on to my favorite Pokemon list is very simple. Just be a cool guy or a silly little guy, and that's all it is. As for my favorite of Gen 1, it's Arcanine. Once again, oh, you can't see that. Why can't you see that? Um, I don't know why you not going all the way over there. Either way, it's the last one. You can't see the legendary or the gimmick or the favorite, but just know legendary is Zapdos and favorite is Arcanine for Gen 1. Moving on to Gen 2. Gold, silver, crystal. Are we counting heart gold and soul silver? I'm counting them. I don't care what you say. Okay, so normal in Gen 2. There's a there's not a lot not a lot to choose from, actually. Oh wait, no, there he is. Porygon 2. It's Porygon 2. I mean, you take the silly little duck from Gen 1 and you just evolve it and make him even more of a silly little duck. So I think that's pretty neat. Ducks are cool. Fire. Um, Houndoom. Once again, same logic as Arcanine. I I like dogs, and Houndoom is cool fire dog. So yeah, there's your answer. That's what you get. It's no deeper than that. I am not a very deep individual. Um, so yeah, Houndoom. Water types. Um. Oh wait, no. Who am I kidding? It's Quagsire. And you want to know the reason? Silly little guy. He's not that little. He's actually pretty big, but I like him. He's fun. He's got a fun face. He looks like he'd be cool to hang out with and have a beer. Yeah, grass type. Get that thing out of my face. That thing doesn't even deserve to be here. I will never stop on my undying hatred for Chikorita. There's no question about it. I despise Chikorita, and I will never enjoy it. It will be dead to me forever. Honestly, Gen 2 did have a lot of good grass types. So, I mean, yeah. Um, I guess Jumpluff. He's kind of neat. It's not really one that I've thought about much, but I mean, Jumpluff Jumpluff's kind of neat. So we'll go with him. Electric. Oh, that's an easy one. It's Ampharos. I mean, it's Ampharos. Do I have to explain why Ampharos is my favorite electric Gen 2 electric type? Look at what the other options are. I guess you have Lantern, but I mean, who doesn't like fluffy little sheep that becomes big guy that can punch you? Because Thunder Punch is cool move. Ice type. Oh goodness. Um, I've never actually thought about it much. Um, I guess Sneasel. I mean, Sneasel does evolve into Weavile, and I do like Weavile quite a lot. So, yeah, I guess. Fighting type, Heracross. He's, he is both a cool guy and a silly little guy. You can't fault him for that. He's just nice. He's pretty good. He's got a good ability, and he's just he's just overall chill. I like him. Also, he's got a good Mega Evolution, and I like that about him. Okay, Poison type. It is Crobat. If you've seen the Nuzlocke streams, you know I am very upset that Golbat cannot evolve into Crobat in Fire Red and Leaf Green until the post game. So yeah, um, but no, Crobat's pretty cool. I've used one before in Gen 4, so yeah, no, I mean he's good. I like him. He's got good vibes. Ground type. I already have Quagsire in the water. Um, I forgot that Larvitar and Pupitar started as ground type. Honestly, in terms of these though, I think I still have to say Quagsire. Quagsire is neat. Same reasons as the water type option. I just very much enjoy Quagsire. He's just he's just a chill dude, and I like that about him. So yeah, no. He will never be dethroned as my favorite ground type in Gen 2, at least. Flying. Skarmory. Well, no, I mean Yanma Yanma's pretty neat. He's a little dragonfly bro. He doesn't he's not that good, but I mean he's at least pretty neat. And I like that about him. Okay, moving on. Psychic. Obviously it's the alphabet soup. It's every unknown in existence. No, I'm kidding. Um honestly, in I mean, it once again it's a Pokemon that's not that good, but I really like Girafarig. And I might be a little biased because I like its evolution in Gen 9. But yeah, no, he's just a silly little giraffe. Bug type. Okay, I could say it's Caesar because Caesar's good and he's cool, but it's me we're talking about, and I like silly little guys. It's Shuckle. It's Shuckle. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. It's Shuckle. Moving on. Rock type. It's Tyranitar. I it might be a basic pick, but Tyranitar's pretty neat. So we're going with him. Ghost type. Wow. Would you look at that? We somehow got worse from Gen 1 to Gen 2 in the amount of ghost types. So I guess Misdreavus because it's the only option. Once again, only option. It's Kingdra. Dark type. We finally got dark types. I honestly do very much like Honchkrow or Murkrow, I guess. We didn't get Honchkrow till Gen 4, but I think Murkrow is pretty cool. He's just a little crow. He's a little bird dude, and I think he's neat. I like his vibes. Steel type. Oh, steel type. It's Skarmory. I mean, it's a metal bird. It's a big metal bird that can kill you. What is not to like about Skarmory? Moving on. No fairy in Gen 2, obviously. Starter. It's Crocodile. Or not Crocodile, for alligator. I mean, Totodile, look at him. How can you not love Totodile? He's great. He's just a silly little guy. He's my son, and his adult form is my favorite starter in Gen 2. Legendary, I do actually very much like Lugia better than Ho-Oh. Um, Unfortunately, the screen, you can't really see it, but I'm talking about it, so you know. My favorite legendary in Gen 2 is Lugia. Lugia is neat. As for my overall favorite for Gen 2, it's Skarmory. If you've seen the Pokemon Champion streams, you know that I do very much enjoy Skarmory. Steel Flying is a really cool type. We don't see that type a lot. Um, Come to think of it, I think actually the only other time we've seen that type is Corviknight, which won't get to for a while. So yeah, no. His favorite overall of Gen 2 is Skarmory. Gen 3. Now we get into the relatively cool designs. Normal types. It's a it's slacking. Um I associate on a spiritual level with slacking. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything, and that's okay. Also, slacking gets stab hyper beam, and I think that's funny. In his Gen 3 sprite, it looks like the hyper beam is coming out of his nose, and that's enough to put him on my favorite list. Fire type, I could be basic and go with the chicken, and the chicken's pretty neat. Um, Honestly though, I think Torkoal. Torkoal's a pretty neat guy. He's just a cool fire turtle, and I think that's pretty chill. Water types. There's a lot of them in Gen 3. Huh. I think I remember some gaming platform once saying 7.5 out of 10 too much water. Maybe they were right, maybe they weren't. But as for my favorite water type in Gen 3, it's Sharpedo. I mean, he's a cool shark. He's really fast. His stats are pretty decent. I think he deserves more love. Even though, yeah, sure, he has a Mega Evolution. I still think he deserves more love than he actually gets. So, Sharpedo, my beloved, you will be in my heart forever. Grass type. Um, in terms of grass types, I very much actually like Shiftry. I mean, I feel like maybe that's a basic pick. But I mean, Shiftry's pretty neat. I think he's cool. He's like a grass samurai ninja kind of guy. So I mean, you can't really fault me for liking him. He falls into that category of cool guy, and so he gets on the list. Electric. Don't really have much options to choose from, so it's Manectric. Once again, same logic as Houndoom and Arcanine. He's a dog. I like dogs. He's got a stupid haircut, but I like dogs. So, and also plus all mine and suck. Ice type. There was never any question. It's Spheal. It's Spheal. Moving on. Fighting types. Um, honestly, Breloom. Um, Breloom it is just overall really good. We don't see a lot of grass fighting types, and I personally think that's a neat type. Sure, it's quad weak to flying, but I mean overall, I mean he's pretty cool. I like him. He's got good status moves. He hits hard. Then that's all there is to it. That's all it takes for me. I'm very simple. I'm two-dimensional, just like my model talking to you currently. Yeah. Poison. So this is another story. I have a soft spot for Dustox. Dustox, um, I have a story from a Pokemon Sapphire Nuzlocke that I did back in college. Um, I had caught a Wurmple on Route 1 and named it Kevin. And I had completely expected Kevin to die almost immediately because early game bug type, it's really not all that great. Um, but beyond all of my expectations, Dustox made it all the way to the Elite Four, and unfortunately, was murdered by a Pokemon using self destruct while I was training in Victory Road, getting ready for the Elite Four. So, shout out to my boy Kevin. He proved me wrong. We made it all the way, and I will never forget him. Let's go, Kevin. Ground type. Um, it's gotta be. I mean, it's Flygon. Flygon overall is just really good, but Flygon is also my favorite Dragon type of Gen 3. And I think Claydol is pretty cool. I've never really used one. I almost used one on a playthrough or on my Sapphire Nuzlocke I was talking about. But then once again, it immediately got murdered by something using self-destruct. So there is that. Flying type. A lot of options to choose. Why is Shadow Lugia on? You're not you're technically not Gen 3. Why are you here? Get out of here. It's Winkle. Wanna know why? Silly little guy. He's just he's just a or a seagull and somehow evolves into a pelican. But yeah, no, Wingull is my dude. I saw him in the trailer for Winds of Waves, and that was the best day of my life because he's back. My guy Wingull is back. Psychic type. Actually, a lot of options to pick from. Pick from. Um, well, obviously, it's the question mark unknown. That's a lie. I don't like unknown. Um, it's Metagross. I mean, there's no beating around the bush. I'm a sucker for pseudo legendaries. It's Metagross. Bug type. Once again, bias. Kevin. Shout out to my boy Kevin. I will never forget him. He was the best guy, and I will miss him forever. Rock type. It it's Aggron. It's Aggron. It's always been Aggron. Once again, kind of a basic choice, but it's Aggron. There's no question about it. Ghost type. Oh my gosh, we have more options to pick from. The ghost types got better. It Dusclops. I really like his evolution. It's not in Gen 3, but Dusclops is just pretty neat. Dragon type, I already said it. Oh wait, I forgot about you. Um, oh wait, that's actually tough. Um, Flygon or Salamence? Huh. Honestly, I use Flygon more. When Flygon's available, I'll use it over Salamence. So Flygon, you hold a special place in my heart, but Salamence, you're a close runner up. We won't ever forget you, Salamence. You're dead now. Dark type, Cacturn. Um, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like Cacturn. He's not a Pokemon you see talked about a lot, but I think Cacturn is pretty neat. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Steel type. Well, I kind of have both of the steel types on my list already. But as for favorite steel type, honestly, I think Metagross. I mean, there's really not much else to say in terms of steel type because there's really not a whole lot of steel types. But I think Metagross is pretty neat. There was no fairy in Gen 3 starter. It's I it this is where we kind of get to the point where they all three starters were really good and I really liked all of them. Um so honestly just for the potential, it's a Swampert. I mean, how can you not love Mudkip? Mudkip is the bestest boy and will be in my heart forever. Legendary, we're getting to we're getting to where there's a lot more legendaries to choose from. So, but it's Rayquaza. Rayquaza, whether I'm pronouncing that right, is my favorite legendary. He will always be my favorite Gen 3 legendary, and we're going from that. As for my overall favorite for Gen 3, it's Spheal. It's Spheal. It'll always be Spheal. Moving on. Gen 4, my favorite and the best Pokemon region in existence. Was it slow? Yes. Was it clunky? Yes. Was it overloaded with HMs? Yes. I don't care. I'll take the pain. I'll take the pain of Route 216. If you've played Gen 4, you know what I'm talking about. I'll take it. Gen 4, give me all the Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, even Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I didn't hate them as much as everybody else. Would I have liked a better remake of Gen 4? Probably. Would I have liked something in the style of Gen 8 in Sword and Shield for Gen 4? Probably. But Gen 4 will always be the best in my heart. Moving on. Normal type for Gen 4. Um it's Porygon Z. I mean, you can see a theme here with my normal type picks, other than slacking. Don't mind him. I really like Porygon. I don't know why. He's just a cool guy. I've used him before. Porygon's neat. Fire type. all all of the fire types in Gen 4. There's so many of them. Look at this. It it's Magmortar. I mean, honestly, I could choose Infernape, but nah, it's Magmortar. Infernape is a lazy pick, and it's a cop out. No hate to anyone whose actual favorite fire type in Gen 4 is Infernape. But yeah, we love Magmortar in this house. Water type, it's Floatzel. I'm sorry, Bidoof or B-Barrel, but you've been beat out. As much as I love Bidoof, Floatzel is a cool guy. I'm fairly certain in my very first playthrough of Gen 4 ever when I was younger was a Floatzel. I used a Floatzel, so there we go. That's that. Grass type. Um, huh. Eh, Roserade. maybe that is a little bit of a cop out choice, but I do think Roserade is pretty neat. Um, it's strong, it hits hard. Grass Poison is always a good type. Roserade, you're pretty chill, and I like you. Electric, I'm gonna disappoint a lot of Gen 4 purists here. I think Luxray is overrated. I said it. There. Do with that information what you will. Luxray is overrated. It is my opinion, and it will not change. My favorite electric type is Magnezone. Magnezone is pretty cool. I wish he had Levitate. He doesn't, but he can get Magnet Rise. So I mean, there's that, I suppose. Ice type. Oh, wait a minute. Frostlass is pretty neat. I remember discovering when I first discovered Frostlass existed. I did very much like it. So yeah, no. Uh, Mega Frostlass is a menace, and I hate it. But Frostlass, you're pretty chill. Fighting type. Um, I'm gonna. It's Lucario. Everyone's favorite fighting type in Gen 4 is Lucario because Lucario is overall just kind of neat. Once again, he's a dog. I guess Jackal, but Jackal, dog, close enough. Um, I think he's cool. Lucario, top tier Pokemon. Poison type, Drapion. Um, he's a big scorpion guy, and he's big, bulky. He gets access to the elemental fangs. Um, I think he's neat. That's all there is to it. Ground type. Well, here we get to the tough part because Gen 4 has a lot of good ground types. As for which is my favorite ground type, it's Gliscor. Um, Gligar got a much needed evolution in Gen 4. I think Gligar or Gliscor is pretty neat. It really bumped Gligar up in my favorite list. I am aware that um he's not on the list, but Gliscor is at least in spirit also Gligar on the list. Flying type, um, Togekiss. It's it once again. That's going on. It's kind of a cop out, but no, I think Togekiss is pretty neat. Serene Grace is a great ability. So that's all there is to it, really. Um, we love Togekiss in this house. Psychic type, not really a whole lot, but as for in terms of favoritism, I think it's Gallade. Honestly, Gallade probably is also one of my favorite fighting types, but considering Lucario exists, Gallade can go in the Psychic type. And once again, maybe that's kind of a out there pick, but no, I mean Gallade, pretty simple. I think he's neat, so we'll go from that. Bug types, Yanmega, Yanma is up here in flying types. Yanmega goes down here. I've used a Yanmega on a team before. He's pretty cool. I think he should be part dragon instead of flying, but people don't listen to what I say. Rock types, um, Rhyperior. He was, for whatever reason, so elusive for me to get in Gen 4 when it was around. But I've used him in Champions, and I learned that he could have Supercell Slam. So it's always fun putting a Focus Sash on Rhyperior against a Milotic, and then you just kind of Supercell Slam and the Milotic dies. So Rhyperior, that's the only reason Rhyperior gets on this list is just because Rhyperior is cool and can learn a really good Electric type move. So yeah, Ghost type, Dusknoir. You can see Dusclops in Gen 3, Dusknoir for Gen 4. I remember, um, for Dusknoir, the only reason I got a Dusknoir is because when Gamefly was around, if you remember those, if you remember that, um, I rented a copy of Pokemon Diamond, and at the time I had 2 DSs because I think that was around the time the DSi was out. So I had my DS Lite and my DSi. So I rented Pokemon Diamond from Gamefly, and then there was a Dusknoir on that rented copy. So I went onto the rented copy on my DSi, had my Pokemon Pearl on my DS, and traded the Dusknoir to myself. So that is the story of how I got my first Dusknoir by taking it off of a rented copy of Pokemon Diamond. Um, why that person who rented that copy of Pokemon Diamond stopped at Spear Pillar, I don't know. But whoever they were, wherever they are in life, I thank you for the free Dusknoir that I did not have to work for. Dragon type. You've seen any of my streams? It's Garchomp. It's Garchomp. There's no question about that. Garchomp is cool. He's a cool ground land shark dragon. It's Garchomp. Dark types. Um, I I honestly forgot Drapion was a dark type. Uh, ooh, wait, it's actually very close between Honchkrow and Weavile. But honestly, I think Honchkrow is just a little bit above Weavile. I do know that Weavile is a very good counter to Cynthia's Garchomp, and I have used a Weavile before to do exactly that. Because Ice Punch go burr. But I don't know. I mean, Honchkrow, pretty cool. It's a pretty cool bird, and I like him. So it's Honchkrow. Steel type. Um I I feel like it doesn't get a lot of love, but I think Bronzong is really cool. I like its lore. It's got cool lore, and I mean, Steel Psychic is just a good typing overall. I mean, as you can tell by Metagross being right above it. But but no, I mean Bronzong, he's a bell. I think he doesn't get enough love. I like him. That's all there is to it. Um, no fairy in Gen 4, obviously. Favorite starter. Infernape is cool, and I will give it that. And I know the one that I choose is not good in competitive play or anything really at all because it's got not a great typing. But Turtwig was my first starter in Gen 4. He's got a special place. Torterra is my guy, and I hope someday whatever gimmick in a Pokemon game will make him good. So, Torterra, I love you. Legendary, it's it's whatever he's called. It's Giratina. Origin form specifically. Because I did very much enjoy Platinum. So that's all there is to it. As for my favorite of Gen 4, Garchomp. There's Garchomp is and will always be my favorite Pokemon, no matter what. And I mean, and yeah, I'll have favorites coming out with every new game, but Garchomp will always be number one to me, and I need to buy that life-size Garchomp plush um from Pokemon Center Japan. I would very much like that. I don't have room for it, but I'll find room because Garchomp is worth it. Okay, Gen 5. We're moving up in the world. We're on to the first like game that actually got some pretty good animation on stuff. Normal type in Gen 5. Obviously, It's the giant woman from Pokestar Studios. That is my favorite normal type of Gen 5. No, no, it's not. Um, I really like Braviary. I don't think I've actually ever used one, mostly because Rufflet evolves really late, and so it's kind of rough going for Braviary. But yeah, no, Braviary is a pretty cool guy. Bird, he's an eagle, so I like him. Yeah, eagles are cool. Fire type. Actually, in Volcarona is pretty cool. He might. Oh wait, no, no, yeah, it's Volcarona. Because I'm thinking bug types. I have a bug type that is actually my favorite bug type. So Volcarona, you get the fire type spot because you're a fire type and you're cool. So, water types. Really, not a whole lot of water types in Gen 5, but if you recall, you see that I have all of the Porygons on my list. Ducks are neat. Ducklet. It's Ducklet. I I feel like that's the first like real controversial pick for my favorite Pokemon. But I mean, look at him. Look at Ducklet. I'll even hang on. I'll even we're gonna take a closer look at Ducklet. Where is he? There he is. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this perfect specimen. Yes, he sucks, but it's Ducklet. You can't deny. You can't deny Ducklet. He's just so good. He's just a duck, and that's why I love him. He's so simple and yet so incredible at the same time. Yeah. So Ducklet, you're my favorite Gen 5 water type. Grass types. I am actually a very big fan of Leavanny. I used a Leavanny in a playthrough of Gen 5 once, and I was actually very surprised at how strong it is. Sure, it's grass bug, so it's really weak to fire, but I think Gen 5, I think its physical attack is pretty dang good, and that's what I love about it. So, Leavanny, you're pretty cool. We're going with that. Electric types. Um, you know, it's funny because I do not like spiders at all, but for whatever reason, Galvantula speaks to me really well. I don't know the reason for it, but Galvantula is just really cool, and I like that about him. He's the cool electric tarantula, and I think that's neat. Also, Joltik is cute. Ice types. Um, I might get hate for this one. Um, I like the ice cream cone. I don't know why. It's not good, and I've never used one on a team. I just think it's neat. I just think he's neat. So that's really all there is to it. Fighting types. It's it's the Karate Man. He's he's my favorite Pokemon of Gen 5 fighting types. In all seriousness, I I like Scraggy. I think Dark Fighting is a pretty cool type. Um yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. It's just he's a cool type. So that's what we're going with. Poison type. It's Scolipede or not Scolipede. No, yes, Scolipede. Names are hard. Um, yeah. No, I mean Scolipede's cool. He's just a really big centipede, and he got a Mega Evolution in ZA. So I mean that kind of pushes him up. He's neat. Ground types. It's Crocodile. Crocodile is cool. I like him. Um, that's all there is to it. Dark Ground is also a very good type. You can tell I'm a very big fan of dark type Pokemon. Um, I guess that fits the theme, considering what you're looking at. Um, but yeah, no, I mean Crocodile is pretty neat. I like him, and that's all there is really to it. Flying, you know who it is. It's my boy. It's my boy Archeops. I didn't used to like Archeops as much as I do, but I did a playthrough of Pokemon White a while back, like way while back, and I used an Archeops because I was watching a Let's Play, and the person doing it said it's like, oh yeah, no, Archeops is really strong. So I soft resetted for a Adamant Archeops, and that thing had like 320 attack stat and would just like barrel through anything before its ability even became a problem. Now, if they ever give Archeops a new ability, which I mean they probably won't, because I mean if it didn't have why am I blanking on the name of the ability? If it didn't have its ability, Defeatist, that's the ability. If it didn't have that, it would probably be too good. So, but here's hoping. I would very much like for Archeops to be competitively viable at some point. So we'll take it there. We love Archeops in this house. Psychic types. Um, I think why am I blanking? Reuniclus. I think Reuniclus is neat. It's not as strong as the other psychic types in Gen 5, but I mean, I don't know, he's got a good vibe. I like his vibe, and that's all it takes. So, Reuniclus, you're pretty cool. Bug types. It's Crustal. It's Crustal. Nothing more. Moving on. Rock types. Once again, Archeops. It moving on. I already gave my spiel about Archeops. I like him. He's cool. We're going. That's all we're going with. You'll just have to accept that Archeops is neat. Ghost types. I know most people would probably say Chandelure or Golurk, but I actually really like Cofagrigus. I don't know why. It's just kind of one of those Pokemon that was like, hey, you're pretty neat, and I like that about you. So yeah, no, I mean, once again, I'm not a deep guy. Sometimes a Pokemon's design just is like, yes, this is good. I like this, and that's all it really takes. Dragon type. There were a lot of dragon types in Gen 5. Out of all of them, though, it's probably Hydreigon. Once again, it's the pseudo legendary. But no, I mean Hydreigon's cool. He's neat. I like him. That's all it takes. So dark type. There's a lot of dark types in Gen 5, but honestly, it's one of the cop out picks. It's Zoroark. I remember when Zoroark got introduced, and it's like, oh yeah, you gotta get this like mystery gift Zorua, and then you can go catch a really good Zoroark. And yeah, I mean, no, I mean Zoroark is neat. I like him. His ability is okay. It's kind of useless in VGC, but overall Zoroark, no, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Steel type. Um, uh, you know, that's a good question actually. All of the steel types in Gen 5 are pretty okay. And by okay, I mean design wise. Because I mean, I guess Bisharp. I for whatever reason, Bisharp really speaks to me. I don't know why, but I think he's neat. So yeah, Bisharp's cool. That's what we're going with. Once again, no fairy types yet. One more generation, then we get to the fairy types. As for the starter, I very much like Samurai. I know a lot of people don't like Samurai because Oshawott goes from 2 legs to 4 legs, but, I mean, Samurai is pretty cool. I've used one on a team before. He's pretty neat, so I like him. That's all it is. That's all there is to it. Legendary, it's Zekrom. I mean, I feel like all of the legendaries are pretty much on the same level for me in Gen 5, but I think Zoroark just has that little bit of edge with its typing and just its look that it just pushes it slightly above. So that's yeah, no, that's all there really is to it. As for my absolute favorite for Gen 5, Archeops. It's Archeops, and there's no question about that. Okay, Gen 6. This is this is a lot of talking. I'm not used to talking this much. Normally, I'm just sitting there playing a video game and you guys are watching. Um, yeah. So, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Gen 6 normal types. There really weren't a lot, actually. Um, I mean, if I had to pick, probably Iliolisk. It's one of those Pokemon I've never used, but it's also one of the Pokemon that I don't really have any reservations about. Maybe because I've never used it, so there is that. But yeah, no, the Heliolisk is pretty neat. Fire types. It's it's Talonflame. Everyone's favorite fire type in Gen 6 is Talonflame. I mean, look at the other options. There's really not many other options. So, Talonflame. Yeah. Water types. Um, I have never used one, but I really like Clawitzer. I don't know why I like Clawitzer, but I think I just like the fact that Clawitzer basically just boils down to big gun. Pretty much. That's all it is. That's all he is. So, Clawitzer, you're cool. You're on the list. Nice. Grass types. Oh gosh, once again, there weren't a lot of grass types. If I had to pick out of these ones, it's Trevenant. I think Trevenant is neat. Ghost Grass is a really interesting type. I've never used a Trevenant, but I think he's cool. So we're going with that. Electric types. It's obviously every cosplay Pikachu. Is that believable? Would you believe that? Obviously no. It's out of all of them, Dedenne. I don't know why. Um, I'm in a Discord server, and for whatever reason, everyone in the server is obsessed with Dedenne because Dedenne is the destroyer of worlds, consumer of galaxies, the most powerful being in existence. Um, but no, I mean Dedenne is pretty neat. Honestly, out of all the Pikachu clones, I think Dedenne is the best. So we're going with that. It's Dedenne. Yeah. Ice type. Um, not a lot. There's not a lot of ice types here. Um, honestly, probably Avalugg. Maybe I have a friend who really likes Avalugg, so maybe I'm being a little bit biased or something. But no, I mean Avalugg Avalugg's pretty cool. We like Table Man, so that's all there is to it. Fighting types. There's really not a whole lot of options. It's Hawlucha. Hawlucha is like the only like really standout fighting type in Gen 6. And you got Pancham, but for whatever reason I have this undying hatred of Pancham and by extension Pangoro. So we don't talk about them. They don't exist. Or they do exist, but I don't like them. So they don't exist to me. Poison types. Well, I mean there's only one real Gen 6 poison type. Dragalge, pretty neat. Um, got a Mega Evolution recently. So yeah, no, I mean I think Dragalge is pretty cool. So he's on the list. Uh, this is ground types. You know, I don't think about it a lot. Gen 6 did not have a good Pokedex. I mean, it's either this thing, which I hate, or Zygarde, or then Pokemon that weren't introduced in Gen 6 that got a Mega Evolution. And I feel like Mega Evolution is kind of a cop out in terms of a favorite Pokemon. So I guess by default, it's Diggersby. I don't like that I have to put him on there, but it's by default. So Diggersby can cope about that. Flying types. It's this specific pavilion. It's this specific one. No, it's Noivern. Once again, my bias is showing for my favorite type, but Noivern was like one of the first Gen 6 Pokemon ever shown off because it was in the later seasons of the Black and White anime. And yes, I did watch the Black and White anime, and I hated every second of it. Wasn't a good season. And anyone who disagrees with me, you're wrong. You heard me. Okay, moving on. Noivern. Noivern's cool. Normal dragon type is a neat typing. So it also has Boom Burst, which is a pretty cool move. So yeah, no, Noivern. Psychic types. Um, wow, that's not a whole lot to choose from. Um, hello, my friend Malamar. Welcome to the list. Um, yeah, bug types. Once again, it's actually this specific Pavilion. The other Pavilion was my favorite flying type. This one is my favorite bug type. You know, honestly, actually, this bug type got really like done dirty in Gen 6. Like actually though, what the heck? Um I mean, in all seriousness, let me see who's actually a good Pavilion here. I guess the Pokeball Pavilion is kind of neat, so we'll go with that. So, if I remember that was correctly, that was a mystery gift, and that was like the only way to get the Pokeball Pavilion. So, congratulations, Pavilion, you win by default. What is this? Rock type? Tyrantrum. That was the very first fossil I picked in my very first playthrough of Gen or of Pokemon Y, and I don't know. He's the same typing as Garchomp. So or no, he's not. He's Rock type, Rock Dragon. He's a close typing to Garchomp, and he's a dinosaur. What's not to like about that? He is a dinosaur. You can't deny that dinosaurs are cool. So that's that. Yeah. Ghost type. It's Aegislash. Everyone's favorite ghost type in Gen 6 is Aegislash. It's 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 there's no competition. The other ghost types are kind of mid, and then the other ones are just mega evolutions. So yeah, no, Aegislash, you're cool. Specifically, the attack form. Dragon type, Tyrantrum. I'm sorry, Gudra, you are very close, but the nostalgia I feel for Tyrantrum is just too strong. I really like Tyrantrum. Dark types. Wow, that's a yikes. That's kind of not good. Um, I guess. Um, I guess Inkay. Inkay's kind of neat. He's just a little squid guy. So by default, I guess Inkay, you win. Congratulations. Your prize is nothing. So Yeah, I guess. Moving on. Steel type. Who am I kidding? It's Aegislash again. Klefki, you're cool. You're kind of okay and competitive, but I mean, your competition is Aegislash. So it's kind of no contest. Um, Finally, we get to select a fairy type. And out of all of these, it's probably well, I mean, no. Carbink, Carbink, you're not great, but I think you're pretty neat. So Carbink it is. Starter, it's everyone's choice. It's Greninja. No one's surprised about that. It's Greninja. That's all there is to it. Um yeah, no, Greninja. Gimmick form. We can actually get this now. So for the purposes of this, well, no, yeah, for Gen 6, I will pick from all of them. I'm not counting the ZA legendary or Mega Evolutions because that's kind of a cop out. Even though I really like Mega Zygarde and we finally got Pokemon Gun, I'm not gonna pick him. So out of all of the Mega Evolutions, I think my favorite is honestly Mega Metagross. Um, Metagross once again was my favorite Steel type in Gen 3. So Mega Metagross just kind of hits right. Um, as for the favorite legend, it's Yveltal. I'm kind of biased. I played Pokemon Y first, but I did specifically choose Pokemon Y for Yveltal. So there is that. So Yveltal, you're chill. We're going with you. And my absolute favorite for Gen 6 is probably Tyrantrum. Once again, he's a cool dinosaur, and that's what we like about him. So, yeah. We keep going. We're almost to the end. I'm out of breath, but I'm gonna keep talking. Gen 7, Sun and Moon, normal type, Toucanon. He's he's just a toucan. But once again, I like that about him. He's just a cool he's just a cool toucan. So we're going with that. Um Gen or fire types. Once again, not a lot, but um yeah, no, probably Turtonator. I really wish Turtonator was good. He's not good, but when he was first announced, I was like, yes, that is a Pokemon I'm gonna use on my team. And I did. And he was kind of underwhelming. So as much as I hate to say it, he's underwhelming. He's still my favorite fire type in Gen 7. Water types. Who am I kidding? It's Golisopod. Golisopod is and will always be my favorite Pokemon from Gen 4 or Gen 4, Gen 7. Um there's absolutely no question about that. Golisopod is cool. The moment I saw him, he was my favorite. So, yeah. Shout out to ya boy Guzma, Destruction in human form. He gets it. He understands. It's the best. It's the best Pokemon in Gen 7. Grass types. Just for the sheer ridiculousness. It's Alolan Executor. How can you not? He's a silly little guy. Not little, but you know how it is. Also, Grass Dragon's a cool type. Electric. It's not good, but I do rather enjoy Vikavolt. I think Vikavolt is pretty neat. I like its design. It's a railgun bug. It's not good. Its stats are kind of crummy, but I can't deny my like for him. So, yeah, no, Vikavolt, you're pretty cool. We're going with you. Ice type. Moving on. Fighting type. Um, I I honestly forgot that Beware was a fighting type. It's definitely not one I think about a lot, but if we're talking about fighting types, yeah, probably Beware. I like its Pokédex entry. I like the fact that it will legit just break its trainer's spine out of love. And I mean, that's the kind of love that anyone could want. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. Moving on. Poison types. Um, I think Toxapex is pretty cool. I've fought many of them in Pokemon Champions, and they're always a pain to deal with. So I mean, there's that. So, but no, yeah, no, Toxapex, pretty cool. I like you. Moving on. Ground type. It's Palisand. Palisand is another Pokemon that when I initially was seeing the trailers for Sun and Moon, they brought up Palisand, and I'm like, yes, I am gonna use that on a team because he's cool. And other than that, he has a really good ability. Um, it's because I mean, ground type, Ghost Ground is a good typing, and then his ability just makes him stronger when he's hit with water. So I mean, you can't deny that. That's pretty dang good. Flying types. Toucanon again. It's Toucanon again. Yeah. What is this? Psychic types? Not really a whole lot of psychic types, but considering what we have here is a lot of legendaries, and then Oricorio, whatever the other one's called, I can't think of his name for whatever reason, and then Bruxish. And you know what? I hate Bruxish. Bruxish can go die in a hole. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Bug types. Um, Once again, going to the weird thing, I don't like spiders, but Araquanid, I don't know, he's just cool. He For whatever reason, I just really like him. The water part gets rid of the bug fire weakness, so I mean, overall, he's just a pretty good Pokemon. Rock types. Once again, we're going back to my same reasoning for Houndoom and Arcanine and Manectric. Is dog. Is dog. Dog cool. I like dog. That's all there is to it. Moving on. Ghost type. It's, actually, Mimikyu. Mimikyu's pretty cool. I, yeah, no, it's Mimikyu. Dragon type. Um, uh, honestly, I, I, I don't necessarily count Ultra Beasts as legendaries, so I'd say Naganadel is probably my favorite Gen 7 or Dragon type. As for the Dark types, um, in the spirit of Tar the Raticate, it's Alolan Raticate. Mostly because I hate Alolan Persian. I think it looks stupid and I want it to die. So yeah, no, Alolan Raticate. Steel type. Once again, not a lot of steel types. But if we're not counting Ultra Beasts as legendaries, it's Kartana. Yeah, I really do actually like Kartana's design. I think it's neat. Oh, hang on. Something did Twitch break? Am I still alive? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Um Fairy types. Out of all the fairy types, probably still Mimikyu. Because I don't really like any of the other fairy types in Gen 7. So I mean, there is that. Moving on. Starter. It's it's Decidueye. Considering I have an absolute undying hatred for Incineroar, and I mean, Primarina's okay, but I don't know. I don't like Popplio. I think Popplio looks stupid. Primarina is okay, but Decidueye comes from Rowlet, so I mean, it's Rowlet. You can't deny Rowlet. He's round. He's a bird. He's cool. I like him. Moving on. Gimmick form. Um, I mean, there really weren't any. I don't really count the Alolan forms as gimmick forms, so there really weren't any gimmick forms in Gen 7. So we'll skip that one. As for my favorite legendary, it is Lunala. Necrozma's cool, but I feel like Necrozma is a little bit too edgy, if that makes sense. So, and Lunala, I played Pokemon Moon first. So Lunala, you're pretty cool. And as I said before, my absolute favorite of Gen 7 is Golisopod. My boy Guzma, you've swayed me in the proper direction. We love Golisopod. Okay, Gen 8. 8 Gen 8. The one that I didn't like. I don't like Sun or Sword and Shield. They're not good. They're lame. Normal types. Get that thing off my screen. It's Obstagoon. I think it's really neat that they gave Zigzagoon some love in Gen 8. So, and Obstagoon's pretty cool based on the drummer from Kiss, and I like that. I think it's good inspiration. It's good lore. Obstagoon's pretty cool. Fire type, Centiskorch. I mean Centiskorch. I don't know. He's just cool. I I'm not a bug person, but I don't know Centiskorch. I mean, a fire centipede. That's that appeals to my brain. That activates a neuron in my brain. So, good job, Game Freak. You did it. You made the Pokemon that I like. Water type. Um, he's kind of useless, but I like the silly bird. Once again, I have a lot of birds on my list. They Game Freak is kind of on top of their bird Pokemon. The bird type. But yeah, no, Cramorant. Um, he had a silly intro when they showed him off the first time, and I think he's neat. Grass type. I I really like Flapple. Um, I feel like that's another one that's kind of like, oh, of course you'd pick Flapple. Everyone picks Flapple, but I don't know. I mean, he's Flapple. He's pretty cool. Electric. Once again. Actually, well, no. Wait. I was gonna say Bolton because Yamper is Electric Doggo, but I have recently found out through Pokemon Champions that Morpeko is pretty good. So it's got to be Morpeko. Ice type. If anything ever happens to Snom, I will cry for a year. I love Snom. I don't know if you understand how much I love Snom. Moving on. Fighting type. Um, Sirfetch'd, I think, is pretty neat. Um, he's kind of a pain to evolve, but no, I mean he's pretty cool. He's not or too crazy good, but no, I think he's pretty cool. So, Sirfetch'd, you're neat. I like you. You're on the list. Poison type, not your time yet. Actually, wait, is that a Gen 6 game? Technically, that was a Gen 6 game or a Gen 9 game, but for the sake of the list, it's not Overquill because technically Overquill was not in Sword and Shield. Everyone already knows my absolute love for Overquill, but I cannot include him on the list, unfortunately. So it's this form of Toxtricity, the amped form. I think it's called. I think it's amped and low key. So yeah, no, amped Toxtricity. Ground type. I same reason for Cofagrigus. I think Runerigus is pretty cool. I don't know anything about him. I haven't really looked into the lore of Runerigus, but I think Runerigus is pretty neat. So that's what it be. That's what it do. That's what he's is. He's on the list. Flying. It's it's Corviknight. Moving on. Psychic. Um, Based on just what I've been doing in Pokemon Champions, I really like Hatterene. It it's a pretty strong. It's got nice bulk. Um, its lore is funny. Don't ever show emotion around it, or it will legit just kill you. Which I think that's funny lore. So yeah, no, that's all there is to it with that one. Bug type, it's Centiskorch. It's Centiskorch. Which one's this? Rock type. It sucks, and I really am upset that it sucks, but it's Colossal. It's not a good Pokemon. It's got a cool ability. Steam Engine is a really cool ability, don't get me wrong. And this was the first shiny I ever found in Sword and Shield, but it just sucks. But I still love it because of that shiny. And it's a really cool design. I like him. We're doing that. Um Ghost type. Oh boy, is he gonna pick the pseudo legendary again? No. No, I'm not. Cursula. Um I played Sword, so I didn't have access to Cursula, but I think Cursula's lore is pretty neat. Ghost Water, if I remember its typing correctly, is pretty cool. So I mean, yeah, no, I mean Cursula, we like it. We like it in this house. Dragon. This is where or wait, no, no, the whatever he's called. Dracovish. Dracovish is pretty neat. He's strong, competitively viable. It'll be a mess when they add him to champions. So yeah, no, Dracovish. Or wasn't he already in champ? I don't remember actually. I don't remember if he's in champions or not. So no, but that's yeah, no, that's it. Dracovish, you're pretty neat. I like you. Congratulations, you're on the list. Dark type. Um, Honestly, again, probably Obstagoon. I'm not a huge fan of Grimmsnarl, so we're not gonna count it. So yeah. Steel type. It is Duraludon. I love my little asthma inhaler dragon. That's because that's what he is. That's what he looks like. That's what he reminds me of. Duraludon's cool. Moving on. Fairy type. Once again, probably Hatterene. Same reasonings as in Psychic type. Psychic Fairy is a really good typing, so I can't deny that. But yeah, no. Hatterene, you're cool. Nice. Starter. Out of all of them, I think Cinderace. I think it's the best inspiration. I did use Inteleon when I first played through Sword and Shield, but I mean, I don't know. Inteleon doesn't really hit. I do like its Dynamax form or Gigantamax form. I think its Gigantamax form is funny, which then leads me to where is he? Right there. Yeah. No, Gigantamax Inteleon is my favorite gimmick form. So yeah. Legendary. Oh right, there are a lot of legendaries in this generation. Um. Oh man, yikes. I'd say the cop out answer. It's Eternatus. So yeah. And as for my absolute favorite of Generation 8, it's probably Dracovish. So, yeah, no, Dracovish, pretty neat. Congratulations, you're my favorite. Um, Scarlet and Violet, we're almost done. Oh my gosh, I've been talking forever. Been talking for an hour and 30 minutes straight. Um, okay, normal type. Favorite normal type from Scarlet and Violet. You know, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. It's the Dunsparce. I know a lot of people were mad that the evolution and the faded evolution of Dunsparce was just more Dunsparce. But I mean, he's too good. I love the pettiness. Everyone asking for an evolution of Dunsparce and all this fan art. It's like, oh, dragon type Dunsparce. He's so good. His stats are amazing. and then it's the Dunsparce is what they get. Good on Game Freak. You guys, everyone got played. The Dunsparce is cool. I like him. Moving on. Fire type. He's not good. He's not good, but I love him so much because he's just cool. It's Ceruledge. He was my instant choice the moment I saw him announced. So yeah, no, Ceruledge, you're cool. Water type. It's Palafin. It will always be Palafin. So yeah, no, we're going with that. Grass type. Oh, why is it like that? No, it's not Smoliv. There we go, fixed. Grass type. Um, probably. Hmm, actually. Um, no, Scovillain. Scovillain's pretty cool. I don't mind Scovillain. I think he's neat. We're going with him. Electric type. Bellybolt. It's Bellybolt. There's no question. I have some friends that hate the fact that I like Bellybolt and that hate Bellybolt. But no, Bellybolt's good. He's a good boy. And I will defend Bellybolt with my life. I will die on this hill. I will die for Bellybolt. I rest my case. Moving on. Ice type. Um, yeah, no, Bexcalibur. I'd say Bexcalibur. As much as I hate Frigibax. Um, Arctibax is cool. Excalibur is cool. I want to punch Citadel in the face. Yeah, it's Excalibur. Fighting type. It's Flamigo. I know some people probably hate me for the fact that I like Flamigo, but I can't change me. Flamigo is once again a silly little guy, and I will stand by Flamigo to my death. He is my friend, and I love him. Moving on. Uh, Poison? You know, Pokemon Champions really swayed my opinion. I think Glomora is pretty neat. Its ability is pretty cool. Toxic Debris is pretty neat. And I don't know, I think it has a cool design. And this is my stream, so only my opinion matters. So there you go. Glomora. Ground type. There he is. There's my boy. Same exact reasonings as Quagsire in Water type and Ground type in Gen 2. We love Clodsire in this house. And if anything ever happened to Clodsire, I would jump off a bridge. Not actually. For the record, Twitch, that is a joke. Please don't TOS me. Clodsire is good. He's a good boy, and I love him. Goodbye. Flying type. Once again, Flamigo. Same reasoning. I will always love Flamigo, and I don't care what anyone has to say about it. I will defend Flamigo with my life. Thank you. Psychic type. Farigiraf. It's got a really good ability, really good competitive ability. Champions really gave it its time in the sun. It's a great trick room user. We love Farigiraf. Bug type. Wow. I forgot how. Yeah, the bug types in Scarlet and Violet kind of suck. Huh. Yeah, that'd do it. I'd say low kicks is pretty cool. Chainsaw Locust. Can't deny that's kind of cool. He's not good. I barely really see people use him, but he's neat. I'll give him that. He's neat. Um, what is this one? Rock type? Yeah, probably Glamora. I do want to say I was so disappointed when I found out that Cloth didn't have an evolution and that it was just Cloth. There was so much potential, and Cloth almost would have been my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. So, rest in peace, Cloth's potential. You were so close, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Ghost type. I would say Goldango. I I don't know. He's the cheese stick man. We love Goldango. He's a pain to get in the game, but I don't know. Goldango, pretty neat. Moving on. Dragon type. Um, huh. Yeah, no. Honestly, Hydrapple. I've never used one, so I can't really speak on its viability. But I don't know. Hydrapple, pretty neat. We'll take Hydrapple. Hydrapple's cool. Moving on. Dark type. Um, yeah, I'd say probably King Gambit. It's good. It's competitively viable. Um, as much as I kind of like Mabostiff and the side story with Mabostiff, or not even side story, the story with Mabostiff will always make me sad because if there's one thing that will always make me sad is sad doggo. So yeah, but yeah, no, that's pretty much all there is to it. King Gambit, Steel type, it's Tinkaton. You can't just not love the lore of Tinkaton. Rip in peace, Corviknight, but Tinkaton is pretty cool. Yeah, Fairy type. Considering I already have Tinkaton there, I would say favorite fairy type is probably Darkspun. I mean, do I have to say it? It's a dog. It bread dog. Bread dog good. We love bread dog. Moving on. Starter. It's Skeledirge. If I don't know how else to defend it. Fuecoco. You can't deny Fuecoco. He's best boy. He is part of Pokemon that bite club, and I like him. Fuecoco, my beloved. Your final evolution is my favorite starter. Moving on. Um, Gimmick form. Did Gen whatever it's called, Gen Scarlet and Violet didn't really have a gimmick form per se that I recall. Technically terrestrialization, but that doesn't really give a gimmick. That's not really a gimmick form. So I'm going to leave that one blank. As for my favorite legendary, Sandwich Lizard. I know both of them are Sandwich Lizard, but I like Miraidon better than Koraidon. So yeah. Um, as for my absolute favorite for Scarlet and Violet, I'm going to say it's Clodsire. He's a good poison eclair boy, and I love him. And Clodsire is good. Yeah. So we've made it to almost the end. Now we can choose from all of these. What is my favorite of each type from every generation? Oh my gosh. I've been talking for so long. Okay. Um favorite normal type out of all of these. It's still probably Porygon Z. Favorite fire type. Honestly, I gotta say, probably Arcanine. Favorite water type. It's Quagsire. Who am I kidding? It's Quagsire. um, favorite grass type. Honestly, out of all of these, probably Shiftry. Favorite electric type. Galvantula. Big Spooter. Favorite ice type. Spheal. It'll always be Spheal, and it will remain Spheal till I die. Favorite fly or fighting type. Moving on. Favorite poison type. Honestly, Dustox, you will always hold a special place in my heart for proving me wrong about early game bug types. Uh, ground type. Eh, probably still Clodsire. Flying type. Archeops. Psychic type. Probably Metagross. Bug type. Out of all of these, probably Yanmega. Rock type, Archeops. There's no question. Ghost type. Ah, didn't see that news. Um, Ghost type, probably Dusknoir. Dragon type, it's Garchomp. It'll always be Garchomp. It'll never not be Garchomp. Dark type, probably Cacturn. Steel type, Skarmory. Fairy type, probably Darkspun. Starter, absolute favorite starter. At least out of these ones, I'd probably say Greninja. I will say I do like all starters, except for a very few minor few ones. I do like all of them pretty evenly, except Chikorita. I hate you, Chikorita. Moving on. Um, Gimmick form. Yeah, I'd say Metagross. Legendary. Probably Giratina. And my absolute favorite Pokemon out of all Pokemon in existence. We have discussed this before, and I will continue to say it. He will never not be my favorite Pokemon. And it's kind of a cop out answer because it's everyone's favorite Pokemon, but it's Garchomp. And that is the list. That is every generation, my favorite Pokemon of every type from every generation. Now we can fill out the bottom stuff. Okay, so I believe this is favorite type. Favorite type is dragon. Wait, what? Oh, well, that's what I'm confused. We're skipping that box. Favorite regional bird. I I have a soft spot for Starly. I hear its cry in my sleep. Is that concerning? I don't know. Favorite regional mammal for the memes. For the memes. Favorite regional bug. I'd say yeah, Venipede. Venipede's pretty good. Favorite grass. Oh, I'm skipping that one. Well, actually, I'd say Roserade. Pseudo legendary. It's Garchomp. It's Garchomp. Favorite fossil. Archeops. I never really played Mystery Dungeon, so we're not answering that one. Favorite baby Pokemon? Um, Riolu. Riolu's pretty good. He's dog, so I like him. Favorite box legendary? Honestly, probably Dialga. Favorite mythical? Deoxys. Favorite Mega Evolution? I already said it. Basically Mega Megagross. Favorite Ultra Beast? Meganadel. Favorite Gigantamax? Um, I know I said for gimmick form, probably Gigantamax Inteleon, but I mean, you can't deny Gigantamax Pikachu. It returns Pikachu to what Pikachu should be. Pikachonk. So, yeah, no. Pikachu, Gigantamax Pikachu, you're my favorite Gigantamax. Good job. Favorite Paradox? Um, I'd say probably Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant's pretty cool. Favorite regional form? This is where Hisuian Gudra gets its time to shine. Probably, yeah, it has to be my favorite regional form. Favorite new evolution? Intergenerational evolutions. Do I even have to say it? Do I even have to say how much I love Overquill? Will you ever understand how much I love him? Okay, moving on. Favorite type? This is the favorite type. Dragon. Favorite Pokeball? That's a weird question. Um, can't go wrong with the classics. Favorite Pikachu clone? I believe I have already said this. It's Dedenne. Where's Dedenne? There you are, Dedenne. Um, favorite Evolution? Jolteon. Favorite Spinda? I do not care. We're randomizing the Spinda. Favorite Pavilion? Still probably the Pokeball one. Favorite Furfuru, the base one. I don't really care. And favorite alchemy, once again, I don't really care. This is just this one. I don't know. Um, as for the team, that is very game based. So I cannot say specifically at this time. So other than that, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That is every Pokemon. That is my favorite. Yeah, that's all there really is to it. I was planning on potentially doing a game after going through all of this, but I am very tired. This was a lot of talking. I did not anticipate how much talking this would be. So, we will return tomorrow at noon for the actual game. So, I guess we will move from there. Shall we find someone to raid? Oh wait, oh hang on, hang on. I forgot. I have one bonus. I have a bonus. You can find out my absolute least favorite Pokemon in existence. This is what I call the Love Disc rant. So, yes, Love Disc is my absolute least favorite Pokemon. And do you want to know why? Is it because its stats suck? Is it because it's stupid looking? Well, yes, it is all those things, but also, it is just the fact that it is so useless that it hurts. This thing's only use was heart scale grinding. And you know what? They took that away from it too. Because you don't even need heart scales anymore. And I mean, besides the fact that its stats suck, it looks stupid. It doesn't even have a use anymore. It is my absolute least favorite Pokemon, and I will die on the hill of my undying hatred for this thing. Look at its face. Look how stupid and useless it is. I hate it. Okay, end of rant. Okay, now we can find someone to raid. Oh man. Oh no, you can see my whole body again. Okay. So let's go ahead, go to Twitch. Let's find a person to do the rating. Who's streaming? Who's doing the stream? What is what is John VTuber over here streaming? Oh, looks like it is just chatting for now. So yeah, no, we can raid John VTuber. Um, okay. I hope everyone enjoyed my ranting. So yeah, we're gonna do this. So goodbye, peoples. We're doing the raid. We will be back at some point. Goodbye.